recorded this. Okay, so again, I am Dr. Rachel Davis. Thank you, Lorna, for letting people in the room. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. You will hear from myself as well as Dr. Cori Cooper about why we as healthcare professionals do Plexus. And I'm going to share my screen, and we're not going to keep you very long. Because of course I can talk all night and day about how important and what a life-changing experience this has been for me. And I'm sure all the other ladies who are here are share the same sentiment as I do as it relates to when we found Plexus, how our life has been impacted so greatly. So thank you again for being here. I am sharing my screen now. Yes. Nope, that's not it. Let's see. Yes, I think this is it. Okay. If you have someone has invited you, if you could please put that in the chat, put your name. We want to make sure that you get connected with the person who has encouraged you to click on the link and join us today. And again, we don't take it for granted. So y'all, life is lifing right now. Let me see. I got so excited about my PowerPoint. Wait till y'all see it. Y'all gonna be like, yes. Okay. Share. Well, the PowerPoint. Tracy Moss. Yes. Okay, now I'm gonna do this. Okay, so really quickly, why Plexus? Why now? I want to go, actually, I'll share a little bit about my testimony. Again, I am Dr. Rachel Davis. I am a licensed pharmacist. I practice in the state of Texas. I've been a pharmacist for 20 years, over 20 years now. And I will be the first to admit I was probably not the biggest skeptic, but just in my clinical training, we didn't have a lot of focus on supplements. And then the things that I did understand about supplementation was I wasn't very confident in it because a lot of supplements can be sketchy, right? So just apprehensive, just like the next person, and maybe a little more because I do have a clinical background and I understood how to manage diseases. I understand how to counsel patients on medications and how they can really help to manage the things that they were faced with from a health perspective. Little did I know, and not for a lack of, my will to know, because I consider myself healthy-ish, right? I am a very active person. I make good, decent food choices. I understand about limiting sugar intake, staying active, eating my fruits and vegetables, staying well hydrated. Fundamentally, we all know what we should be doing. And I was checking a lot of those boxes. But my sister, Dr. Adrienne Williams, who is my dentist as well, and the person who shared Plexus with me said, hey, I think you should really give this Plexus thing a second look, because what she was seeing in my oral health, she knew was directly related to my gut health. And I was like, okay, it really piqued my interest because I trust my sister and I trust what she says as my dentist. And I trust that if she says, look at it, she's done the research and she's vetted the product and she's standing behind what she says. So I got started on triplex combo. I wasn't as consistent as I should have been. I will be the first to admit. But I started to have more natural energy. I started to have less brain fog, started to remember things. I started to be my mood was a little better. I wasn't as anxious a lot of the times. And that was pretty early on when I started to see that. I was using some of the products like the natural energy product called Active during my marathon training. And I saw that my joints weren't as inflamed. I was like, oh, what if I'm consistent? What would happen? And then I started to get consistent. And I remember I started in September of 2019. And by March, actually late February, my sister, Dr. Williams, had a event and we talked about Plexus, and I couldn't shut up about it. And I wasn't even on the program. And I kept saying, oh yes, and this, and what about this? And I started, just kind of like had to, I was like, oh, I think I'm out of myself that I'm really, into this product. And so I started to share the benefits of the products with my friends. And because of that, personally, I had chronic sinusitis, chronic sinus infections, chronic allergies, and it was just who I was. I had settled for that was me. Actually, I would tell people, oh, I've had that all my life. This is just who I am. After Plexus, it is no more. I have natural energy, my mood. I have better sleep. I've been able to maintain a healthy weight. When everybody was gaining weight during the pandemic, we were all, staying at bay or losing weight, which was mind blowing to us. And when you understand, when you equip your body and give it what it needs, then it will balance itself out and work as it should. Am I saying that Plexus cures diseases? Or diagnose diseases? No, I am not saying that. No supplement company can make those claims. However, what I am saying is Plexus products do heal your gut. And when you heal your gut, your body is able to then heal itself. And so without further ado, I am going to, there we go. That's us. So the other doctor of pharmacy on the call is Dr. Cori Cooper. I met her on this journey, and what I love most about Plexus is not only the products, but the community that we of like-minded people, men and women, who just want to have ways to just feel better. And that's what I have found here at Plexus and so many others. And we are teaming up tonight. I'm so excited to have her on board. She is a powerhouse, and I'm so in love with all of her wins and how she shares so passionately on how to help people improve their overall wellness. So without further ado, Dr. Cori Cooper.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rachel. So hello, everyone. Hopefully you all can hear me well. Yes. Perfect. Okay, so I am so excited to be here with you all tonight. So as Dr. Rachel said, I am Dr. Cori Cooper. I am a pharmacist as well, and have been a pharmacist almost 20 years. So I'm pretty close. And I've practiced in a variety of different practice types. But the one thing that's always been so true to my heart is working in our community and really helping people to really not just treat disease, but also prevent disease. And that's what I want to talk to you about as it relates to supplementation, because this is the number one question that I very often get asked is, do I really need supplements? And I'll be honest, right? So the research is a little controversial in some cases of whether or not people do need supplements. But I have to tell you that in my mind, there's a lot more research on supporting supplements than there is research against supplementation. And I'll tell you why. So when we think about where we are today in the different stressors that we have on our lives, and, I can't see who all is on the line, so no shade to any of the men on the line if there are men joining us tonight, but those demands are very, in particular, unique to women. So not only are we typically working 8 hours a day, we're also then coming home and taking care of kids, cooking dinner, and make sure everyone else is taken care of. And in some cases now more than ever, a lot of people our age, working age, are also taking care of their parents. So not only do you have what is this normal 8-hour work shift for the average person, we won't just call out women here, but average person, you also have this additional second shift, and in some cases, the third shift. So if you haven't heard about the third shift, because of where our economy is, a lot of people are working 2 and 3 additional jobs on top of their primary income. And so we used to just talk about the second shift of working a full-time job and coming home, and then your second shift was working and taking care of the family. Now you add on this third shift because a lot of people are also working additional jobs to help supplement their income. So when you think about all these different stressors that are coming at you, that is increasing cortisol. When you increase cortisol, you are increasing your blood sugar and you are putting yourself at risk for diseases that are caused by inflammation that arises in the body, in particular, that stress driving cortisol, right? So that's one aspect of it. But the other aspect of it is the environment. Now, a lot of people argue this point, but I don't know about you. I get people who tell me, well, if I just eat a healthy diet, I should be able to get all the nutrients I need. And bless your heart. I get it. I love the idea of trying to only get your nutrients from food. It is really ideally the way we should be able to get all our nutrients from food. But there's two things that sort of fight against that. So one of those things is the fact of what I just got through talking to you about, which was that stressful lifestyle where you're working at home all day, you're coming home, you're taking care of kids, or you might be taking care of parents. I doubt the person who's working and living in that environment has the time to actually plan out 3 balanced meals a day where you're able to incorporate your 5 fruits and vegetables, where you're getting a balanced amount of protein, a balanced amount of fat, a balanced amount of carbohydrate. It ain't happening, right? A lot of us are like, oh my God, I forgot to cook dinner, or oh my God, I forgot to go to the grocery store. So we're stopping somewhere on the way home to feed the family. That's the reality. So that's one aspect of the environment. The other aspect is the fact that the bottom line is we do not get the same nutrients from our foods that we used to get many years ago. And there's a lot of research behind that. There's research out of the University of Texas in Austin that says they call it a reliable decline. So since the 1950s, there's been a reliable decline in the number of nutrients that we're able to get from the soil, which then means the foods that we get are not as nutrient dense as they used to be. There's similar research out of Europe shows the same thing. So it's not just an American problem. Similar research comes out of Europe that says up to 40% decrease in vitamin C, almost 40% decrease in iron, almost 30% decrease in calcium. So these are all this is just from the soil. This is the environment. This is stuff that we have absolutely no control over. So regardless of how we talk about what we're going to eat and the foods that we're going to put on that table to ensure that we get the nutrients that we need, the bottom line is it's not even available to us. The environment does not make it available to us. So not only do you have the stressors of life that you have to deal with, and in some cases that's out of your control too, you have the stresses of the environment that's out of your control. So essentially, when people ask me the question, do I need supplementation? My answer is always yes. Now, it may vary what kind of supplementation you need, but the bottom line is you need supplementation. Supplement your as well-balanced diet as you can get with the proper supplements. And that is where we're introducing you to Plexus tonight. So you can go ahead and go to the next slide for me, Rachel. And while she's taking us there we go. While she's taking us there, well, when we get, this is where we introduce Plexus to you. And so I kind of want to talk about Plexus and introduce it in 3 buckets, and I'll turn it over to Rachel to talk to you a little bit about our particular flagship product that we'll share with you tonight. But when Plexus decided that they wanted to provide plant-based supplements to the community, it wasn't just about the health aspect of it, right? So you get health from having these plant-based supplements, but that's not all there is to health, is just eating the right foods and taking the right supplement. Plexus also wanted you to thrive. So when we look at the pillars of this company and we talk about health and happiness, it's about thriving in your health. So not just getting the nutrients in and just preventing disease, because health is the absence of disease. So we're not just trying to prevent disease. We're also trying to sustain you in a way that you are thriving in your relationships, thriving in your finances, thriving in your communities, thriving in any aspect in which you can better impact people by sharing Plexus with them, as well as consuming the supplements for yourself. So that's one aspect of it. And so that also kind of piggybacks on the quality. Now, you may or may not know this, but supplement companies are not required. They're not regulated by any agency. So they can kind of pretty much do whatever they want. But so companies have to voluntarily decide to have pharmaceutical grade manufacturing to support high quality supplementation. That's a voluntary process. It is not required. And so the fact that Plexus does that to ensure not only that we get the high quality plant-based supplements, but also that we're getting the supplements manufactured in a way that provides the safest alternative to required manufacturing by the FDA, which is what pharmaceutical products do. And then on top of that, Plexus is giving back. So whenever you make a purchase from Plexus, if you happen to see that Nourish One on the purchase that you made from Plexus, that's letting you know that the purchase that you made contributed to the Feeding America network. And so that, of course, is the fight to end hunger. We know poverty is a huge issue in this country, and hunger is a result of that. And so the fact that not only Plexus is trying to make an impact on each and every one of our health, they're also making an impact in the larger community to end hunger. And then we'll go and so we'll take that into the next slide. No worries. All right. And so we'll take that into the next slide to talk about optimal health. So when I said earlier, and you actually heard a little bit of this in Dr. Rachel's testimony, when I said earlier, we talk about optimal health is a big deal, and big is an acronym. So big obviously means, we know what big means, but then when we break it down into this acronym, it actually is pretty synonymous to the word itself. Because when we think about blood sugar, improved wellness, gut health, all of those things have a major impact on all the systems in our body. And so the B stands for blood sugar. So not only did Plexus look at plant-based supplements to help support our nutritional deficiencies, if I could talk, but also wanting to ensure that stabilizing blood sugar. I talked to you about that cortisol. In order to combat cortisol, you need to stabilize blood sugar. So you can stabilize the blood sugar, that reduces stress on the body, which then helps to support improved wellness because you're providing cellular nutrition. So macronutrition is the food that we eat. Micronutrition are the nutrients that we provide to our cells. And so Plexus, by supplementing with these plant-based supplements, it allows us to have that macronutrition for the cell, improving our overall wellness. And then subsequently, if you Google anything, migraines, whatever the case may be, you heard chronic allergies, chronic sinusitis that Dr. Rachel talked about, all that can be tied back to gut health. So not only did Plexus combat blood sugar, it also combated gut health. And those two things are the biggest risk to optimal health, in particular in communities of color. And with that, I think I'm going to turn it over to Rachel to tell you specifically about the flagship products that target those three things. Yep.
Thank you so much. I love the way you broke it down into categories to kind of bring it all together. And I love the way that that Plexus has done that as well with our flagship combo and most popular combination of products called Triplex. Triplex, and you've heard me mention it before, are 3 ingredients that help to weed, seed, and feed our gut. For all of the reasons Dr. Cori mentioned, even with the most concentrated efforts, sometimes we miss the mark. And what I love about Plexus, it has been the missing puzzle piece to help to kind of fill in those gaps. So when you can get rid of, naturally detox unwanted microbes out of your system in a way that how your body operates the way that it was intended, right? So nothing harsh and nothing drastic, just a gentle way to naturally detox. When you can replace the bad microbes or find a balance with the good microbes, with what we now know are called probiotics, and then you can feed those probiotics with prebiotic fibers that help them thrive, you have this circle, a continuum that helps to support overall wellness. So you're getting rid of bad, you're replacing it with good, you're feeding the good. And as you stay well hydrated, that cycle just continues to work in your favor. If you've ever heard the term dysbiosis, what that means is you have a lot of bad bacteria, bad microbes, unwanted bacteria, fungus, overgrowth, and not enough good. And so what Triplex helps us do is swing the pendulum to the other side, helping us to get 80% good microbes and 20% bad. And that's the goal. So we do have the 3 products, and we'll go over that. Now, Slim. Slim is our prebiotic drink, also known as a pink drink, that comes in 2 different formulations. One is a hunger control, and one is a microbiome activating. So Slim, the name can be misleading because people who don't have weight loss as a goal might say, oh, well, I don't need that. But you absolutely do, because not only is it feeding your good gut bacteria, it's naturally sweetened. It's helping you curb your carb and sugar cravings. It has chromium for healthy glucose metabolism. It has alpha lipoic acid for healthy cell restoration. It has beetroot extract for anti-inflammation. And when people say, oh, well, do I have to drink it every day? I say I want to drink it every day, because how many how many beetroot shots, wheatgrass shots, how much kefir, kimchi, what I have to eat to get all of that, and it wouldn't taste as good. So you're telling me just drink the drink? Yes, just drink the drink. Feed your good bacteria and help to keep those sugar cravings and carb cravings, heavy carb diets. I mean, a lot of times, even unbeknownst to ourselves, sometimes we're intaking more sugar and carbs than we know, cause they feed bad bacteria, right? So the more ways that you can cut down on your sugar and carb consumption, and it changes what you crave. So you have a good, let's say you start, your good bacteria is planted in there, you're consistent on your products, you're making better food choices, and you can tell your body craves more fruits and vegetables. It's really crazy how it happens. And you hear people say that when you first start on a journey like this, and you go, how can that happen? You crave a salad? Aren't you serious? Yes. Your body starts to crave, and that can different things. And then that can signal that, hey, you're headed in the right direction. So that's a Slim hunger control. Slim microbiome activating is a different, not as bulky of a fiber. Not that hunger control is a bulk form of fiber, but it helps with, hunger control helps more with portion control. So if that is a goal for you, I want to control my portions, control my sugar and carb cravings, then you go with the hunger control. If not, somebody who has maybe chronic inflammation, are dealing with a lot of GI issues, initially, I would probably say I'd start them off with microbiome activating, and somebody who does not have weight loss as a goal. And then younger kids, we usually will recommend the Slim microbiome activating. It had all the same things, it's just a different flavor, slightly different flavor, and all of our products are naturally sweetened and naturally flavored. So that is another thing that I fell in love with the product line about. And then if I think I was saying, if weight loss is not a goal for you, then Slim microbiome activating is the way to go. Next slide. One of my favorites, ProBio 5. As a pharmacist, I got asked probably on a daily basis, which probiotic should I get? And what I would do is walk out, and I would say, well, this one is on sale this week. Let's just go ahead and get this one. I had no idea that they're not all probiotics are created equal. Plexus has designed a very high quality probiotic that has technology that allows it to get to the site of action and actually plant there and then start to thrive and grow. Also has an antifungal component, which is huge when you start to talk about helping your body to release yeast to fight a candida overgrowth and start to get rid of that bad bacteria that's causing the sugar cravings. Guess what? When I figured out it wasn't just my lack of willpower or bad habits. Well, I mean, not 100% of that was causing me to make bad decisions and not really follow through on the things I knew I should be doing. I was just mind blown. I'm like, oh, it's my bad gut bacteria causing me to crave all these things that I shouldn't be eating. Right. And it is a direct correlation. So the more you can support having a healthy a microbiome, the more you can support yourself in making better food choices, making the lifestyle changes and sticking to that. And that is good news. I don't know about you, but for me, very good news. So you're changing your pH, you're naturally detoxing, you're getting rid of the candida and bad bacteria, micro unwanted bacteria, and you're replanting it with the things that help you. There is a direct relationship, and I know that I'm just talking a lot, but I just have to plant this seed as well. There's a direct relationship with the quality of the microbes or the balance of the microbes that you have in your gut and your brain. It's called a gut brain axis. And the things that your brain is telling your gut is also sending signals to your brain. So when you have a healthier microbiome, guess what? You have a healthy mental state and a healthy mindset and an can-do attitude. And that's why we're called the Health and Happiness Company. Let's see. I don't know why. Sometimes it'll do it and sometimes it won't. I think BioCleanse is our next product in the triplex. And BioCleanse is our magnesium, high quality magnesium supplement. It has vitamin C and bioflavonoids. It really helps. Oh, before we get off of ProBio 5, ProBio 5 has digestive enzymes that helps break down the outer shell, nasty outer shell of candida and helps to break it down. So that's another great thing about our probiotic. It's just not just probiotics, it has antifungal properties and digestive enzymes and all the things. Okay, y'all. Well, okay, there we go. BioCleanse, one of my another one of my faves. It is magnesium. It is what is not a laxative. People ask when I get or start on this combo, am I gonna have to like schedule off work? Am I gonna have to stay at home? No, this is a very natural way to detox and support your body to work the way that it should. After every meal, we should be eliminating. A lot of times people think once a day, once every 2 or 3 days is normal. And I'm here to tell you it is not. And since I've been doing this and sharing these products with people, I'm amazed at what we think is normal because that's what we've been told or that's just what we're used to. But when you are getting rid of those toxins, naturally detoxifying and filling in the magnesium deficiency is related to so many different symptoms and anything from migraine headaches to muscle cramps, irregular heartbeat sometimes. Magnesium deficiency is real because a lot of times a lot of what you have to eat to get the recommended daily allowance on a consistent basis is unavailable to us, like Dr. Cori was talking about. So supplementation on magnesium is very important, and having a high quality magnesium product is what seals the deal a lot of times with a triplex combo. So you're not only are you supporting your body to naturally detoxify, you're replacing the good bacteria and then you're feeding it and helping the inflammation come down. And so you can see where this is a win-win situation. So it is 8 o'clock. I'm going to, let's see, I'm trying not to keep y'all much longer because like I said, we can all talk about this. Okay. I believe, Dr. Cori?
Oh, is this me?
No.
Okay.
Said.
Huh?
I'll take this one. So
Okay.
a lot of what we already covered. A couple of things of why, me as we as healthcare professionals, I think I can speak for both of us, why we know Plexus is different and why we fell in love and feel an obligation, a sense of an obligation to share with others is because of all the things listed here. Our culture, second to none. Our company is very integrous. We have a 60-day money back guarantee on these products. And I don't know about you, but I have bought a lot of things in my day, right? And I'm like, oh, well, I feel like this is really not something that I'm living up to what I thought it would do. Well, they're not going to give me my money back. And so one of the things that made me like, oh, love Plexus even more is that 60-day money back guarantee. Why wouldn't I share this with everybody that I know who is crying out and looking for a solution? And I'll tell you why I asked that question is because I didn't for 6 months. I was just drinking my pink drink in my closet. And I said, you know what? These products were originally, the Slim product was originally designed for diabetics and pre-diabetics to have a healthy option to help shed unwanted pounds and help them with healthy glucose metabolism. Since I share personally, I have helped people get with an extra strategy off of prescriptions and get off, and one even got off insulin altogether. Am I saying go and just take Plexus for a day and get off all your I'm not saying that. I'm saying when you support your body in the ways that the Plexus products do, specifically Triplex, you can realize a new normal for yourself, which is what we've done, what I've done personally. I don't have to take allergy shots. I don't have to take inhalers. I don't have to get antibiotics, steroids every 3 or 4 months because I already know I'm having a flare up. I don't have to have acne medication. So it is all about improving your quality of life and giving your body what it needs to be successful. We all know what we should be doing. We should be eating fruits and vegetables, having more of a plant-based lifestyle, moving around. But when you're tired, your brain is foggy, you're carrying excess weight, you're inflamed, and all the things, how are you going to do that? It seems like an uphill battle, but with Plexus, you are then able to start working towards getting to making those decisions and making those lifestyle changes that you know you need to make. This is the resource. This is a toolkit. Why wouldn't I share? And I had to talk myself off the ledge about it a lot because I'm a pharmacist. And what are people going to think? Well, they're going to be so happy that you told them and gave them the option, a highly integrated product line that is really going to help them reach their health goals. You would be wrong not to. And that's really why, in a nutshell, why I come on here and I talk about these products. And in return, the company is very generous with how we're compensated, because guess what? They're not paying for a place on the shelf for the pharmacist to have to come out and say, oh, here it is, because, it's all the way at the bottom and no one will see. They're paying the ambassadors who have a personal testimony of products that they believe in to help somebody else. To me, that's a win, 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 win all the way around. And I'm going to go to the next screen because I think Dr. Cori is going to share her why that she shares Plexus. Oh, I'll go back to that. Where is your slide? Oh, no. Okay.
No worries.
Sorry.
No worries. So I think, so a lot of what Dr. Rachel said, I will echo, but I think what's really important, and I want to challenge you to think about when it comes to sharing Plexus, because a lot of times what happens is people think, well, I'm not a salesperson. Like, I don't know if I can share supplements. And I want to challenge you in this way. And I want you to start thinking, because I think if no other time, now is the time for you to start thinking this way, to have a different mindset around feeling like you are in control of your finances, and you are in control of helping to have a broader impact on not just your own family, but the community around you. 2020 COVID taught us that our employment is not guaranteed. And even those people who remained employed, the way they had to manage their businesses after COVID has completely changed their finances. And so, but we have been taught as a community, so I'm talking about us as communities of color, we have this mindset, we have this employee mindset. We're taught to go to school, get a good job, and work for that job forever. And a lot of times when we introduce things like this, of an opportunity to share and actually earn an income, sharing things that are good for you, that can help not only your health, but help the health of others, we kind of shy away from that because it's different than the mindset that we know. And so what I would hope for you tonight is that as you're listening to the possibility of thinking about how you can impact your health, you're also thinking about the possibility. Thank you for throwing a slide in there for me. No worries.
Can you see
it? Yes, it's not quite the slide, but it's okay. No worries.
Okay, well, yeah.
So, but I want you to get into this place of thinking, not just about your health and like, this is great for me, and I'm going to take these supplements, and I'm just going to do this great thing for me, but that you're translating that into an opportunity for you to start thinking bigger about what that can mean for you and your family. So I want you to get out of that sort of that employee mindset that we've all grown up with. I mean, I grew up with it. But as I look at my friends who are physicians closing down their practices because of what happened with COVID, never in my mind would I think a physician would be financially struggling. And so to listen to some of their stories, and the fact that there's this resource that not only is available to help you think about preventative care, to help your health legacy, it can also help bring in resources to sustain you, your family, and the communities, and all the causes and all the things that we love. And so for me, that is the reason why I continue to do this, is because now I've got a lot of work to do, and I know I can't do it by myself, but I know I can't do it without resources. And the more resources that we can generate in our own community and put back in our own community, that is when we start to see systemic change in our health, and even in the whole mindset. We can change the complete landscape of where we are. So for me, that's what's really important about sharing Plexus, because it gives us the two things that we need. It gives us the health, and it gives us the resources that we need to have a bigger impact. So there was a slide up there a few minutes ago that kind of gives you an idea of what it means for you to share. So Rachel, if you want to put up that slide where you can kind of see what it means, what those referral opportunities are for you, and what that could potentially mean for you, just because you're sharing something that can help someone else feel better, helps you feel better, helps someone else feel better. So you have an opportunity to earn referrals doing that.
Do
And
you
so I
see
really
it?
we see it. So I really want you to take a look, pause for a minute, lock in on the screen, and think about what you could do with the extra $100, an extra $300, an extra $400. And think about how that can start on a consistent basis, start to change what life might look like for you. So not only are you changing your health, but you're also creating something for your family that that employer is not going to do for you, right? You're doing that for yourself. And so I really want to empower everyone on this call tonight to start to think in that way. So if you join today, you have an opportunity to reach back to the person. I'm sure the person who invited you to this call will reach out to you as well, but you have an opportunity too to go after them. So just like I told you, change that mindset, that employee mindset. Go after what you want. Go after the things those dreams that you don't tell anybody about. Go after them, and you call the person that invited you to this call as soon as you get off, and you say, I'm ready. I'm ready to sign up. I want to get that one. I want to pay that, whatever that welcome pack is. I want to pay it, because my advice, get the biggest welcome pack you can, because that is the lowest you will ever pay for your supplements. So do what you can to get a nice welcome pack. Talk to whoever invited you, because whatever you do, whenever you sign up tonight, for the next year, you're earning 25% off on all your orders, and you're getting that referral link where you can share and earn that money back. So I think we're at the giveaway.
Yeah.
I know we're a little over. Yeah.
So thank y'all so much. I'm gonna stop sharing, and I just was so excited about just what we were able to having Dr. Cori, really, first of all, and then knowing that the team was going to be on and we would have some excitement going on tonight. I wanted to offer a little giveaway option. And as you know, I don't think we talked about it. I think I might have hinted around it, but hydration is very important when you're starting on a journey like this, because the more hydrated you are, first, the products are going to work better, and then your body will respond better if it is properly hydrated. And I found a really cool water bottle that will help us with our hydration goals. And I have 3 of these to give away. Can y'all see it? It goes in your backpack. So you fill it up and then it just kind of goes in your backpack or in your bag, so you can have your water with you and not have to take your big, Yeti or whatever it is. Aren't these cool? Okay, so the way we're going to do this is we will have well, I'm hoping more than 3 people will join us tonight, but get with the person who invited you. Let them know you were on the call and you want to order your welcome pack. And once you do, they will let me know where to send your water bottle. So I have 3, but if it's more than 3, I'll make sure you get one, because I think these are so cool. And I'm so excited for to be able to share and for you to be on. Thank you so much for so many people hopping on. Thank you, team, for getting the word out about the good thing we have going on here. And thank you, Dr. Cori, for partnering up with me tonight to share health and happiness with everybody. Thank y'all so much, and y'all have a good night.
Thank you. Good night, everyone.
Good night,
Good night.
everyone. Awesome job,
Bye-bye.
ladies. Y'all are amazing.
Great call.
Thank you.
Great call.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So welcome, everybody.